Hello friends, as a part of our quantitative aptitude lectures, now I am explaining the concept ratio and proportion. First, let us consider what is a ratio. Ratio, when we have to compare two or more quantities of same units, it is expressed in the ratio, expressed in the form of ratio. Now you see there is a chemical mixture of 5 kgs. In that, A content, A chemical is 2 kgs and B mixture, B chemical is 3 kgs. In a 5 kgs mixture, chemical mixture, A is 2 kgs and B 3 kgs. Then we can express it as 2:3. 2:3. And the first term is called antecedent and the second term is consequent. It also can be expressed in a fraction like this, 2 by 3. When you write like this, this is called numerator, this is called denominator. You understand it. And here, if you multiply or divide the antecedent and consequent with the same number, then value of the ratio never be changed. That I show it to you. Now 2:3. Now I am multiplying both by 10. Then 20:30. The ratio is same. The value of the ratio is same. Now I am dividing both by 5. Then this is 4:6. Then these 3 represent the same value. 3 ratios represent the same value. Now I am multiplying it by 2. Then it is 8. This is 12. Again, these 4 are representing same ratio. That always you must remember that. But for this one exception is there. What is that exception? If you multiply antecedent consequent by 0 or divide by 0, this rule is not applied. Because now you see the same thing. I am multiplying it with 0. Then both are zeros. 8 into 0 is 0 and 12 into 0 into 0. So when a ratio is multiplied by 0 or divided by 0, this rule is not applied. Now we see divide by 0 I make. Actually this is integer division. Integer division by 0 is not defined by the mathematics. So we do not know the value. That's why this always you remember that when we compare two or more values of same units, that point always you have to remember. This is A is 2 kgs and B also 3 kgs. Kgs. Suppose if it is kgs, that is grams and all that, both should be converted into same units. Then only you can create a ratio. So one item is in grams and other item is in kgs. You cannot compare. That point always you remember. And one more point I have to tell you. Here in this example I showed you 2. And the ratio can be created 2 or more also. Suppose in your quarterly exam you got 60% and in your half yearly exam you got 70%. In your annual exam you got 80%. Then it can be expressed as 6:7:8. So this is the simple way of expressing the ratios of elements in any mixture or in any unit. Now I explain the corresponding term proportion. A proportion represents the equality of two ratios. Now you see 2:3, 4:6. These are 2:3 is one ratio and 4 is to 6 is another ratio. If you see that, you know that both are equal, because just 4 is to 6 by multiplying 2 is to 3 by 2, then 4 is to 6 is derived. Then it is called proportion. In this way it is expressed. 2 is to 3 is as 4 is to 6. 4 is to 6. So this is called proportion. That means both ratios are equal. That we represent through this expression. And in this, the first term and the last term are called extremes. And second term and third term are called means. Here, the product of the extremes is equal to product of the means. Actually, in a proportion, the first and last terms are called extremes, and second and third terms are called means. And here, the product of the extremes is equal to the product of the means. Now we see product of the extremes, 2 into 6. 2 into 6, that is 12, is equal to, and product of the means, 3 into 4, that is also 12. This you have to understand about ratio and proportion. Very frequently, for comparing same units, we use ratio, and to compare two ratios, their equality, then we use the term proportion. In order to crystallize this concept, ratio and proportion, let us consider some examples. Example number 1. If x and y are in the ratio 1 is to 2, and y and z are in the ratio 6 to 5, then we have to evaluate x is to y is to z. Then for this purpose, simple strategy, y is present in both the ratios. If you equalize y in both the ratios, then job is simple. Here one rule will end. What is that? Any ratio is either multiplied or divided by the same number, then the value of the ratio is not changed. So here 2 is there, y's value is 2, here 6. How you can make it 6? Then x is to y is 1 is to 2, and then you multiply it by 3. Then what happens? 3 is to 6. 3 is to 6. Then y is to z is 6 is to 5. Now, if you compare, y is having same value in the both ratios, then x is to y is to z is equal to, now here 3 is to 6, this also 6, then 5. So x, y, z, x is to y is to z is equal to 3 is to 6 is to 5. In that way, we have to calculate. So once again I repeat, whenever this type of problem is given, then the common element is there, y, in both ratios. So by equalize the value of y in both ratios, we can solve this issue. So you know a rule, a ratio is either multiplied or divided by the same number except 0, then the value of the ratio is not changed. That principle we have taken into consideration. Then first ratio multiply by 3, then it is 3 is to 6, 1 into 3, 3, 2 into 3, 6, and we take the second ratio 6 is to 5, then in both y is common, so 6 is to 3 is to 6 is to 5, that is the ratio of x is to y is to z. Example number 2. A's property is 40% of the C's property. B's property is 50% of the A's property. Now, what is the ratio of A, B and C's properties? That we have to calculate. In this type of problem, you have to consider what is the base. Whose property is given as a base, we have to find out. Here you see, A's property is a ratio on C's property. So, C is the base. And here, B's property is the ratio of A. And that's why what you can find out, origin is C. So, assume that C's property is 100 units. C's property is 100 units. Then what is the A's property? A's property is 40% of the C's property. So, A's property is 40 units. And B's property is 50% of the A's property. So, B's property is 50% of 40, that is 20. Now, 100, 40, 20. Now, we put in the order A is to B is to C. Then it comes A 40, B 20 and C 100. So, then 4 is to 2 is to 10. Again 2 goes, 2 is to 1 is to 5. The ratio of the properties of A, B and C are in the ratio 2 is to 1 is to 5. Once again I explain, in this type of cases the intricacy is the origin. Which is the origin? Which is the base? So, here in this case A's property is calculated on C's property, B's property is calculated on A's property. So, C is the origin, you assume it as 100 units, then A's is 40% of that, 40, and B's is 50% of A's, that is 20. Then you put in the order 40 is to 20 is to 10. Ultimately, you are, when you simplify it, that means here the principle is a ratio is divided by the same number, the value of the ratio never be changed. So, if you come to this 40 by 20, then 2, 20 by 20, 1, 100 by 20, 5. Now, example number 3. A sum of money is distributed among A, B and C in the ratio 1 is to 2 is to 3. If C gets 4,400 rupees more than that of A, what is the total amount? We have to calculate. Now, it is the ratio 1 is to 2 is to 3. Now, let us assume each unit x. So, this is 1x means x, second one is B is 2x and 3 is 3x. Then this is the ratio. Now, let us C gets 4,400 more than that of A. Now, here the difference is A, B, C. How much is the difference between A and C? The ratio difference is 3x minus x is equal to 2x. So, 2x is equal to 4,400. X is equal to 2200. 2200. Totally, how many units are there? 1 plus 2 plus 3, 6x. So 1x is equal to 2200. 6x is equal to how much? So 6 times 2200 into 6, that is 13,200 rupees, 13,200 rupees. Here a simple thing, the ratios are these ratios. So actual sum is, we can multiply by x, 1x, 2x and 3x. Total thing 6x. Total amount 6x. Now what clue is given? If C gets 4400 more than that of A, so difference between C's ratio, C's amount, A's amount and C's amount is C. That is 2x. 2x is equal to 4400 and 1x is equal to by 2, 2200. So how many x are there? 6x. So 2200 into 6, 13,200 is the total amount. Now the example number 4. The ratio of the salaries of A, B and C is 2:4:5. 2:4:5. Their annual increments are 50% and 50%, 40% and 20% respectively. What is the new ratio of the salaries? We have to find out. So original A, C, then 2:4:5. Then how those are incremented? A salary is incremented by 50%, a B salary is incremented by 20%, and B salary is incremented by 40%, and C salary is incremented by 20%. Now just increment it. 50% of 2, 1. So now it is 3. 40% of 4, then 1.6 plus 4, 5.6, and 20% of 5, 1/5, that is 1, 6. So new ratio of their incremented salaries are 3:5.6:6. Now the example number 5. Concrete mixer of 90 units. Actually, you must know the practical domains also. A concrete mixer is used for in construction. It is the mixture of cement, chips and sand. Okay. Then the cement, chips and sand are mixed in the ratio in the concrete mixer 1:2:3. 3. Now the ratio is changed to 2:3:5. Then how many units of cement is required additionally? Original ratio of cement, chips and sand are 1:2:3. Revised modified ratio is 2:3:5. Then in such case cement extra units are required. How many extra units are required? So first one 1:2:3. What is the total? 6. 6. Total units 90 units. In that cement content 1/6. So 15 units. According to the first ratio in the concrete mixer, the cement ratio is 15 units. And according to the second ratio, revised one, what is that? 2:3:5. The total is 10 units. Then what is the cement ratio? Quantity is same, 90 into 2/10. Then obviously this is 18 units. So, according to the revised ratio, cement requirement is 18 units. According to the old ratio, cement requirement is 15 units. So, additional requirement of cement is 3 units. 18 minus 15, 3 units. In this manner, you have to calculate these problems.